Hey, what's up?
It's like
How's
every
everybody
show
doing?
we do has its own unique little intro. Josh yells a random word, it makes no sense on Wolves of Wolfwood.
He's loud.
Yeah, we do the roll call on Raiders of the Lark. And then here Matt says, "Hey."
What's up?
Yeah.
I just keep thinking somebody's gonna say chicken butt at some point, but it never happens.
I think you have to say "guess what" first.
Yeah.
Oh, I always say "What's up, chicken butt." That's how we use. That's not the phraseology.
No, it's guess what?
Chicken butt.
Guess what?
And then
Non
it's-
sequitur. This isn't a real conversation.
Oh God.
Oh.
You've been saying it wrong forever.
Hmm.
Otherwise, people just think that you're calling them a chicken butt,
Hey,
which you
chicken
might have
butt.
been. I don't know.
What's up, ass face?
the
hell?
Hello, barnyard animals rear end.
Well, if we don't have anything new, because we just watched, literally just finished watching the latest Venom movie, and it's not worth talking about. So, anybody got anything
Was
worth?
it terrible?
It's not
It
great.
was fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hmm.
Again, it's not worth a whole discussion.
I finally got around to watching last year's Salem's Lot remake.
How was that? I haven't seen that either.
That's not really worth talking about either. It was,
Oh shit! Why'd you bring it up?
Oh, I finally
I thought
watched.
we're just giving examples of things that are just not good enough to converse about.
Yeah, it was worth the time it took to watch, but no more.
Yeah, no, not even that for this one.
I watched something really good. I finally watched.
That's not what we're doing, Kevin.
Well, too bad.
Read the room.
Night
doing a different
Country, True Detective.
Oh, that was
That
good.
that was really good. Really
It was
weird.
really good.
You could probably guess why I liked it.
Was it new? Is that new?
It's last
Yes.
year, right?
Well, no, it was. Well, yes, last year, as in last November. It aired November, December.
So last year.
Yes,
Yeah, I haven't
the
seen
end
that.
of last year.
Yeah.
Like 3 months ago, the end of last year.
Yes.
I thought it was older than that.
Yeah, no, that's like a year and 3 months ago. Like maybe end of 2023 is what you're talking about. Because
I don't think it's that old.
it's not only 3 months old.
All right, it might be 6 months old. I'm pretty sure it's 2023 that.
I'm gonna
Google
use
it, Matt. You look like you're Googling it.
I'm gonna use my divinity, my my divination skills.
A power of web crawler.
IMDb.
I will ask Jeeves because I live in 1998.
Getting something. I see Jodie Foster.
Let me text Cha Cha.
Yep.
I see Jodie Foster. It seems like it's something. It looks like 20. It's a 3. There's a 3 there. It's 2023.
There's a 3, yeah.
2023, yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I'm pretty good with that stuff. And like recently, I was gaslit by Toker and another friend about how long ago we went to a dinner. They tried to tell me it was 2 years ago and blah, blah, blah. It was like, oh, so long ago. It was literally like a year to the date. And that's what I said. And they were like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. And then I found a picture. I was like, exactly.
And then she
I'm
changed the
bad.
date on that picture so she could gaslight the rest of us.
No, but I'm not being gaslit about my sense of time anymore.
I don't even bother to
Standing
have
up for myself.
To briefly touch on the show Kevin watched, the reason I liked it so much is because it was definitely heavily influenced by John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Solid movie.
Yeah. Which I've talked about enough on here, so I won't again.
Well, you can't.
It's so good, though. And the remaster in the video game?
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever played
Did we play that?
No, I played it. It was on PlayStation 2.
Okay.
It's been a while.
We played
it-
some game that was a movie at that arcade that's a bar.
Oh, I got you. Pinky and Clyde.
All right,
Mhm.
Pinky and Clyde. Yeah,
We played the Die
they
Hard
have
video game.
modern games. Last
Die
time I
Hard,
was in
that's
there,
what it
they only
was.
had old ass games.
Yeah, they had the Die Hard
I
arcade,
think-
and we played the shit out of it.
What was the thing video? What was the genre?
Okay, so it took place right after the movie, and you were a cleanup team, a member of a cleanup team. You had to go there to like
You're janitors?
no, to like kill or discover what happened.
Oh, like that.
And it was a party of like 4 of you, and so you'd have to figure out who the thing was in your party while also navigating the scientific lab site. And I loved it, except for you get to one part where there's the little head dudes. There's a fuckload of them, and they're like outside this door, and it's like time, and you have to figure out. And I never could figure it out. It was before I could afford internet, so I just never beat it. And I remember talking to a lot of people about it because I loved it. But the only people I ever knew that also played it also got stuck at that one fucking part. So I've never beat it. But when this
man.
remaster comes out, I'm going to play it and I'm going to look up how to beat that part. And part of my childhood will be resolved. Or maybe
You
now that I'm older,
motherfucker.
I'll be like, oh, just open the door, you dummy. Like, you just fucking, why didn't you just open the door?
Ugh.
I hate that. When you look something up and you're like, it's like, you know, it was obvious, but you were just looking for something bigger.
Yeah, I
Or-
fall victim to that a lot.
Technology will fuck you. Used to buy the cheaper PlayStation 3 controllers because they were $10. The regular PlayStation 3 controller was like 40, but they didn't vibrate. And I was like, I don't need my controller to vibrate. I know that I'm not really there. I don't need that. The Afro Samurai video game, you did need it because the only way to time parries was your controller would vibrate to let you know when to hit the button.
Oh,
So Samuel Jackson yelled at me for about 45 minutes to cut the rope in the training montage, to the point where my roommate was like yelling, "Will you please cut the motherfucking rope?" I didn't know how. And it's because my controller wouldn't vibrate to tell me when to push the button.
oh, that's the Max Payne situation all over again.
Take the
Yeah.
motherfucking controller and cut the motherfucking rope and this motherfucking video.
That stupid crying baby in Max Payne.
Oh no, that isn't what I was talking about at all.
What were you talking about?
All right, so here's the story of how I found out my friend was colorblind. He was playing Max Payne and in a building where the only indicator whether or not you've gone up or down a floor was a red or green light on the elevator door.
Oh shit.
And so he kept cycling between these 2 floors for an hour and a half. He's like, I killed everybody on this one. Everyone's already dead. What's going on? Why are all these floors empty?
Oh my god. I think he told me that story one time.
Yep.
Mm.
That's
Had to play Nintendo on a black and white TV. You know, in the 80s, and it was there was some game. It was a game called Werewolf, where you were like an Indian dude and you could turn into a werewolf. Side scroller, kind of like
Altered Beast.
Alter Beast from on
was Alter Beast a side scroller, like Castlevania, you know, those types of games.
Yeah.
But there was these little floating orbs, and some of them were health, and some of them were poison. Some
Oh,
of
yeah.
them were
That sounds
to
like
help
all
you get through the level, and some of them were to kill you. And so you just had to fucking remember where they were instead of by color, because it was a black and white TV.
Damn, monotone.
And now here we are, all of us in different homes, or at least different rooms, playing a game online that's in full color. I hope. I don't know what you guys
In high def.
monitor setups are.
Unless your imagination is in black and white.
Recording it to put up for people to watch. It's a crazy, futuristic, sad world we live in. We could be curing diseases right now, but we want to pretend we're in the world of Galarian.
Let's be honest. The 5 of us.
Yeah, none of us are curing cancer.
Yeah.
I don't think we're taken away from science by being here. Maybe mahogany. Maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, speak for yourselves.
I was
Oh.
gonna say maybe mahoganies.
She's
The
a
world is at a loss because I'm here.
I just don't. I don't see a situation where I walk into a lab and they're like, "Oh my god, thank God, Matt! I'm so glad, so glad you came in today."
I can see that. You would be holding bags of food that they ordered for lunch.
yeah.
Oh no.
Like, you know, I mean, there was a point in my life where I was given a choice, you know, like you could become a pro skating champ, like, you know, like Tony Hawk, or you could have pizza. And I chose pizza.
Well, you know, 4 out of 4.
How many
can't
other-
be wrong?
Pro skaters do you know?
None. I could have been the first I knew.
Yep.
The only reason I know Tony Hawk is because he had a video game.
Yeah, there's only one.
Yeah, I
Tony
was
Hawk.
gonna say it. If they didn't appear on a Tony Hawk, I probably don't know that pro skater's name.
I think some of the guys from Jackass are semi-pro skaters, so I might can name some of those dudes.
No, they were pro.
Because
yeah.
I watched Jackass, that tells you that my level of intelligence isn't very high to begin with, which is what we were talking about.
Yeah, we were talking
Yeah.
about your level of intelligence.
Cool.
And yeah, Bam Margera is in Tony Hawk. Before he was
That's
on
how I know
Jackass.
he is.
Sam Margera, the extreme margarine coming from crack.
Bam Margera was at our the restaurant I work at last summer, and I did not care. They're like, "Hey, Bam's here." I was like, "Oh, cool." So I'm going to get back to making this chili.
I got a double cousin that built a skate park in Charleston.
A double cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that mean his parents were like brother and sister?
No, so his dad is related to my dad,
Okay.
and his mom is related to my mom's side of the family.
Oh, okay. Then most of my cousins are double cousins, if that's the case.
But like, because at first it was like, oh yeah, he's not our, like, I was like, his little brother is my cousin, but he's not my cousin. And then like, come to find out at a family reunion on my dad's side that I was like, what is my cousin doing here? What are y'all doing here? Oh, because we're related to these people through. So it's just, yeah, it's just weird, but double cousin.
So the good thing about family reunions is knowing that the women you meet there already have something in common with you. So you got a good starting point for
Oh, you like grandma?
for building that relationship.
Icebreaker.
Oh yeah,
Icebreaker out of the way. Your grandma and my grandma.
terrible.
Ooh.
I'm sure Willow Shore doesn't suffer from incest at all, unless that helps us get more viewers. And this town's full of it.
This ghost wall stays here too much longer, you know.
Yeah,
That tree's getting
Decisions.
really tall and narrow.
decisions will need to be made. Had you guys all roll? Yeah, let's just get started right after the incest talk. Had you guys all roll for different different things? The last time we game to help earn points to get the Willow Shore more prepared for the winter and research and let's see how everybody rolled well. So let's see how that turned out. All right. So Harlow's week with Zandu's notes yields some important information. The notebook sketches out the curse's borders to the north, south, and east. They are more subtle and hard to interact with without stepping directly through them there, which Riku found out by stepping
hard
through one. Whereas to the west, the Wall of Ghost is more clearly visible barrier with recognizable spiritual elements. As such, it's likely an easier barrier to attempt to remove. This is where the ritual was that you guys interrupted at the end of the last book. Further, the ruins of the Tangsugi Monastery lie beyond that wall. And if this site can be reached, the lore and libraries within will be invaluable in learning more about the curse itself. And Zandu's master, Kungupti, which y'all have been hearing whispers of ever since the lumberyard. Some of you have been hearing them a little bit longer. Construction on the Tangsugi Monastery began back in 7020. That's the same year Willowshire was founded, but the monastery was abandoned in 7062. The current year is 7108, so this was about 46 years ago that temple was abandoned. And much of the lore has been lost. So that's what Harlow got from really diving into the notes.
Oh, okay.
So Jen and Nigella spent most of a week going over the Gravekeeper's knowledge of Willowshore's past. Sojin believes that the location of the ritual the cursed hero stop may have some connection to the Sangsugi Monastery. Sojin was once upon a time a traveler of the path to the monastery. The journey to the grove through the rugged terrain could be traversed by the hasty in less than a day, but Yoshin goes into great detail about the actual path to the monastery. The one that Master Z. Huey, the founder of the monastery, built, where like each stone and turn was to help pilgrims relieve their stressful lives and be ready for meditation when they get to the temple. But again, that's on the other side of the Wall of Ghosts, which you guys don't know how to get down yet. But there is a specific pilgrim's path that is believed to hold some special significance while going to the monastery. So you learn that by spending a week with Sojin. Quinn Song spent a week with the hunters from the Silver Mist Lodge, and while enough food was hunted and gathered, the big win for the week was finding a number of horses. Using his knowledge of nature, Quinn was able to lead 7 horses back to the stables by the end of the week. Thrilled to have them back, and still in your debt for saving him and his son, Come Soo-jun offers to let you or any of the cursed heroes use 1 horse for free anytime he has one available.
Nice.
Peace.
No, just 1.
I'll get
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one, basically a pack horse.
All right.
Or
If-
if one person wanted to run something.
No. Riku, you spent a week doing work at the tea house, and with much success. Yami the cat, an apparently new tea house resident, watches from open windows for much of the work. It seems to have some intelligence behind those large feline eyes. In the main hosting room, you find yourself fixing some scuffs on the floor from whatever atrocities the creature Modukin had once done here before you and your allies stopped him.
Yeah, old Dookie head.
You find a loose floorboard. Just as you begin to investigate, a voice chitters in your mind. Take it. Keep it for yourself. Give it to Conga P. Under the floor. Under the floor. Is a still beating heart. But before you can think to even look under the floor or grab it or listen to the voice, the front door opens as Harlow, Nigella, and Dr. Quinn Medicine Fox show up to have a little meet and greet. So as the door opens, Riku, there's the loose floorboard in front of you, and that voice in your head telling you to take the heart from it. What do you do?
I take a deep breath and I welcome my friends very forcefully. I hold out one arm and I'm carrying a broom in the other, and I sort of just casually smash the broom down on the loose board. Hey, everyone!
So on the map, I've actually got, you're kind of in this back corner. Do you see where you're at?
The map program. Yes.
So right now they can't see you. So you have a few moments to. You could do what you're saying. I just wanted you to be aware of like your position and who can see you or whatever. You can see that the cat Yami is sitting on the bar through one of the doorways. You can see it staring at you.
All right. After I do that, and I assume everyone is still coming that way, I'm going to quickly, with my foot, move the board aside to see what's down there.
As you move the board aside and look down, you do see like it's dusty, kind of dark. There's some spider webs around it, but there is like a lightly beating, bloody heart in the middle of the floor.
All right. Well, One thing about Riku you have to know is that he is a guy who enjoys a good drink, a good long read, a good day of hard work, and he doesn't enjoy gross bloody body parts. So he screams.
As the three of you are entering the tea house, you first notice Yami, the cat, sitting on the bar, looking intently towards the back room, and that's where you hear Riku's "Hey, welcome here," and then immediately followed by a high, shrilly scream,
A squawk, if you will.
a squawk.
Yeah, I mean, I'll rush back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the ground, scuffling backwards.
Okay. Quinn and the rest of you, as you guys enter into the room, you see him scampering away from the back corner. And as you get close, you do see the loose floorboards, but as you look down in there, you see spider webs, dust, dirt. You don't see what he saw. You don't know what it was he was just screaming about.
What are you scared of spiders?
Don't you see it?
Toilet snakes.
No. That's not even a toy. The thing, the gory, bloody heart.
I thought
If you mean a whole lot of
sorry,
dusty
brother.
nothing.
I will tentatively get up and move toward it when the broom flipped upside down where the handle is pointing toward the hole in the floor. Is it still there?
You do not see the bloody heart, but you hear a light, chittering laughter in your mind.
Check. Do we see anything that looks weird?
Sorry, must have been
What do
a.
we see underneath the floorboard?
Yeah, you give me a roll.
Is there a pile of bird poop under there?
You see the pile of bird poop. It's covering Riku as we speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the cat doing?
It's still sitting on the bar. Its tail is swishing. As you look closer, it appears to have something in its mouth. Matt, did you say something?
I got a 23
Oh,
perception.
okay. Yeah, just loose floorboard. Nothing of note underneath it.
Must have been a red-haired rat. I say, replacing the board and quickly fetching nails and a hammer.
You must be
I'm
overtired
gonna
or something.
approach.
We've
I'm
been
gonna
working.
go over and see what the cat has.
Okay.
I'll take the nail and the hammer and the nails from Riku and tell him to sit down, and I'll hammer it into the floor.
And I'll go make him a cup of tea.
Oh,
Working
I'm
too
great.
hard.
What about
Sit
that cat?
down. Sit down. Put your feet up for a minute.
okay. I do that. What about that cat thing?
What do you have there, my little friend?
The cat Yami is a little standoffish to you, Quinn, but it looks to have some type of
Fucking fox.
it seems to have some type of necklace or rope latch in its mouth, and a piece of paper with some writing on it. But if you try to reach for it, it will pull away. It's only befriended one person here so far.
Nigella will come up and be like, "What do you got there, kitty?"
And it drops a thing at your foot.
What is the thing?
It's really vague.
I'll pick it up. What is the thing?
Don't pick it up.
Don't touch the thing.
I'm gonna put it here. All right, I'll go ahead and
That's
put
the
it.
thing.
I'll go ahead and put it in your inventory. For some reason, it's not letting me. Oh,
Why are
there
you
we
touching
go.
my spaghetti?
It's my meatballs.
So the first thing you see is this is a cord. This thin leather cord bears delicate runic markings, and threads through an item that can bear affixed talismans. So it's just like a. Let's see if I can
The
show
charm
you.
necklace.
It's kind of like a. So talismans can be normally say what they can be hooked to, but this can be hooked to a talisman first, and then hooked to that armor.
Hmm.
So when you affix a talisman to this item, you can thread the talisman onto the cord, activating the cord's preserving effects. The cord is attuned to a particular school of magic chosen when the cord was created. It gains the corresponding trait for that school. When you activate a talisman threaded through a cord with the same magic school trait that's also the cord's level or lower, you can attempt a flat check, and on a success, the talisman won't be consumed. So talismans are normally one-time use items. Like you can hook it to your armor, and sometimes they'll help negate damage or a certain type of energy or things like that. This cord gives you a chance that it won't be dissolved, that you can use it again.
You said you put it in my inventory?
No, not yet. I was going to.
Oh, okay.
Because I couldn't figure out how to. I've got this new item pile, and I couldn't figure out how to inspect it, but I just had to right-click it. Also on it is a Fulu, which you are kind of responsible for helping get made again because of your time spent going out and harvesting the wood for them before. And you can look at this Fulu and see that this is a Fulu of the Drunken Monkey. Usage affixed to armor.
No, that's Riku, and he's a crow, not a monkey.
Well, I look more like a magpie than anything, but yeah, sure.
But this Fulu can be affixed to armor. You can activate it as a free action. Trigger, you attempt a fortitude save against an ingested poison. The monkey on this Fulu sits on the point of the armor just over the bearer's stomach, happily drinking and any intoxicants that come flowing down. When you activate the Fulu, you get a +2 status bonus on the triggering fortitude save and on fortitude saves against the same poison for the next minute. If the triggering poison was normal alcohol, you instead automatically succeed at the triggering save and gain a +4 status bonus on saves against alcohol for 1 minute.
Oh, a drinking contest cheater. Not that I would cheat at a drinking contest, mind you.
But now they are in your inventory as the cat Yami laid those at your feet, purred, rubbed on your legs a little bit, and then scampered out the door.
Well, thanks.
Side note, I also added a chest to the tea house.
I saw that when I came in. I mean,
That you can add stuff to for like party things you might not want to sell or that you don't want to walk around with.
Is that like a party member on the list or something? Or
no, it's where the bar is at in the back left corner of the tea house. There's a chest. Yeah, Harlow's next to it now.
Oh,
how do you use it?
I know how to use it on my end, but I haven't used it player facing yet because I didn't get time yet. So
you double click it.
Double click it, and you should be able to leave the chest in there when you look at it, because that is what it is.
Oh, that's deep, man.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Oh, look at that! I just drug a dagger in there.
Yeah.
How do you see it? Again?
It's you
have to
walk over there. Walk your character over there to the left.
Oh, you can't just. Oh, I'm clicking on the cat. Never mind. I don't.
Yeah.
I'll move your character in there, Terrence.
You can put a dagger in the cat.
Oh, there you go.
Couldn't see where it was at all. Gotcha.
Hey, did I take my dagger back or no?
Looks like it.
Correct. Hold on.
No, I just.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, thank you. That's all I need to know.
Daggers.
I'll just be at here at this large table, having some tea, and calming my nerves, curious and frightened about what's going on. But I will look at my work with admiration, and when I say my work, I mean whatever loose family member I could rustle up to help.
So after a week's worth of work, your food level is at 4 because it's up to 4 because of Quinn this week. Your hope points are still at 5. Research has gone up to level 4. You got a +1 from Harlow's notes and a +2 from Nigella. Security is level 4.
Hold on a second. Security level 4. I'm sorry. Can you start over?
Food at 4. Food at 4. Hope at 5. Research at 4. Security at 4. And now you've gotten your tea house to level 2.
Hell yeah.
But are we ready to open? That's the question. Like, how much?
No, you've still got about 3 points left of work to do. To get it tip top and to remove the stain of all the horrendous shit that happened here when Mo Dukin was here.
Yeah. So let's quit, pulling up floorboards and shitting down in the underspace. Let's get some work done.
But that's what brings you guys all here together, is because not only do you still have points or things you could do in town to help with food and research and security, or working more on the tea house. This is the week leading up to the festival. And there are particular things you could do to help the festival be all it can be, to really raise the hope of the town with all the maddening shit that's been happening. The wall's still up. There's jellyfish creatures falling from the sky occasionally. There's snakes coming out of the toilets. These people in this town need a toilet snake relief. So this is the week leading up to the long night. And normally the first long night is one of the most anticipated holidays in rural Shinmen. And Willow Shore is no exception, particularly now when the townsfolk could really use a day of celebration and distraction from the unsettling situations they find themselves in. During this week only, each PC has the option of taking the following downtime activity to help with the town prepare for the first long night and potentially earn more hope for the town. So you can spend the week helping townsfolk get ready for the first long night, either by preparing food for the celebration, cleaning and preparing downtown's town square to host the event, or helping to craft outfits and other accessories for locals to wear during the festivities. Some of these checks can include food lore, gaming lore, labor lore, Willow Shore lore, crafting, society, and if you have a knowledge or an ability you think would be beneficial for getting a event up and running.
I'm pretty good at crafting, so I can see myself. The best thing about crafting is if you make good enough costumes. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. If we make good enough costumes, it'll make up for our lack of our more frugal take on this year's food offerings.
There's a whole separate book for like the celebration itself, and I was going through it today, and I noticed at the bottom there are 2 actual recipes for dishes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Shinmen salt and pepper mooncakes, and there's a listed recipe there. If you're watching the video, I'm actually scrolling through it now as it's recording, but like it's in there. Some of it I don't think a portion of Jianshu flaky pastry dough is a real thing, but I think it just means use pastry dough.
Okay.
But the rest of the ingredients are real, and it looks like it could be pretty good. And the other one is for our black sesame soup with peanut-filled glutinous rice balls.
That doesn't sound bad either.
And it comes with some nice little artwork there. There's the black sesame soup.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real nice.
And here's some of the mooncakes. So this is the it's kind of like a small festival would be, but like just for like one night, where there's going to be communal revivals, and there's going to be not banquets, but little places will have like little food and knickknack for sale. There's also weirder things where during the week up to this, people feed grasshoppers to spiders, and we can get into what that means, why they're doing that. It even gets to the point where, like, to kind of make amends to the grasshoppers, they leave bowls of food out for grasshoppers afterwards to say thanks for your sacrifice and please don't be mad at us, but we had to feed you to spiders. There's lots of little knick-knacky things, but oh yeah, villagers regular. I wanted to talk about it now. Sorry, Villagers regularly feed crickets to spiders, hoping to discourage tattletales, represented by the noisy crickets, and
They
symbolically
just get eaten.
satiate the Joramungo's hungers.
Wait. We can get a noisy cricket in this game? I want
Yeah.
that one. Is there like a feat you have to
It's a nature check to go find them.
It's funny that the crickets are a symbol of snitching.
Yeah.
Mouse.
In fall, many leave tiny
Mouse,
bowls of
like-
alcoholic grain mush as overtures to these cricket spirits, both to beg forgiveness as well as to give thanks for their roles as a sacrificial proxy. Festival goers often carry a few small gourd containers to carry alcohol so they can refill empty bowls as needed, or alternatively small wicker cages to contain crickets that can be fed to spiders.
Oh my god. I'm kind of glad it's crickets instead of grasshoppers. I always think of the grasshoppers when I always envision the ones from ants. Those assholes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Ants
The
weren't
grasshoppers to the
meant to
spider.
follow a grasshopper.
But you mean Bug's Life? Because I'm not sure they had grasshoppers.
Was Bug's Life.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
The Kevin Spacey
Different
grass-
ant movie.
Oh. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be games that you guys will be able to participate in. But this is one of the weekly events that you can really focus on increasing hope. You don't have to. You can still decide if you want to do, research or security or the other things that we had talked about. Because I think I had y'all set up for like 4 weeks before we got too far into it.
Did 3 each.
Oh yeah, it was 3 each. So this week, instead of going to the Great Willow, if you wanted to aid for the festival, Harlow, this was going to be.
Do you think we have enough to go on to try and find a way through the barrier?
Not without more research, no.
Okay, looking at the evidence we have. So we have like a starting point. We could find this monk's path, and supposedly that leads to a weak spot in the barrier where the ruins of the monastery is on the other side. But I feel like there's a missing element here.
Well, the start of the path is on the other side of the ghost wall as of right now.
Ah, okay.
But there were still other researching things you could do.
Yeah, I was going to talk to the Great Willow to do research with it or find out what it knows.
Mhm.
So hopefully I can't do anything. You listed a whole bunch of skills to help with this festival, and I have none of them. So I'm going to stick with going to talk to the Great Willow.
Okay.
Maybe it'll know something to.
Yeah, the Great Willow is another research. You could spend a week taking him gifts, spending the day with him, getting the Great Willow spirit to open up and talk more about its past. Igawa Jube of Mother's Coil also has a library that can be perused. That's more of a library lore arcana situation. And there's also something just called solo investigating, which is more of an occultism style of looking into finding more information about Kungupti and the temple and the Wall of Ghost.
So my question is,
Okay.
can I use esoteric lore for that last one that you were talking about?
The solo investigations?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to attempt that then, because like I know whatever the other thing that I chose was just because I felt like I had to.
Okay.
But if I can do something, that I would be more suited to.
All right, so let me set my notes up here. Week 3. You're gonna do esoteric lore or research. And Kevin, you're going to attempt to get on the Great Willow's good side.
Yes.
Okay. And then Harlow, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, I think as mayor, I'm kind of torn because I feel like we need to work on the tea house a little bit, but at the same time, it's lead up to the festival. The mayor needs to be out amongst the populace, which I think that goes to security, right?
It could be security. There's security, there's the festival, and then there's gathering food. But I think when we looked at gathering food, that was really outside of your wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You're a society person, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might be good for the festival,
no,
right?
I'm not. Well, yeah, man, I'm trained in it.
Yeah.
Do that.
Crafting society, Willow Shore lore, I feel like is something you guys all have access to. Or you could also still keep doing the what you've been doing. I think you were gonna do aid the townsfolk again.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I think doing that. What's the check for the tea house?
Tea house was crafting, architecture, lore, labor lore, athletics. But with the tea house, you could also spend 10 gold to increase the success by 1, which is what happened. That's why you got 2 instead of 1 on his crafting check last time.
But what was I going to do previously, if you don't mind?
I think you were going to work on the tea house previously.
Mm.
I know I gave it this week, and somebody else was going to do it, and then I had
take it on.
I had something else down. Was it like research?
I think we need to help the festival at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's a special, like, it's a one-time only opportunity. So I feel like somebody should take it.
Oh, well.
But
okay.
I just don't have any skills that are good for it.
What was the festival again?
I got a plus 12 to craft.
Yeah, do that.
12 to craft? That's for the festival?
Yeah, with the festival, I was saying that they suggested some, but you could also give me a something would be catered to you to help out with the festival. Like it was food, games, labor, Willow Shore lores, crafting, society. But if you had to, if you could persuade me on something, one of your skills that would be beneficial for like setting up for this festival, I would allow it. I would just need you to tell me what.
Mahogany, why don't you take the kindergartners and have them put on a play or something? If you want to do
I mean, Morgan, if you
festival
want to
thing.
I feel like Harlow as mayor should be doing something kind of social. So if you want to do the research thing, I can do. I was thinking, I mean, I could maybe could I use performance to maybe kind of talk to different townspeople to try to get like different talented people in the town to kind of come to the festival.
Make a pageant of some kind, yeah.
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Like a talent show kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, I don't mean like a beauty pageant, like a variety show.
I don't know. I could do performance or diplomacy. I don't know what would be.
Diplomacy would work too, yeah. If you're trying to persuade people who might be in kind of sour spirits as of late to convince them to come put on a show,
come out here and show off your ribbon dancing skills or something. I don't know. Whittling.
I do love to whittle.
You got that one person that ice skates that when there's never any ice.
Yeah, a little early for that still.
Mm-hmm.
I think winter is the next book. This is fall.
Oh. So, yeah. I would like to do that if that's okay with everybody.
And this is the last week we get to do like research things, or is there one more left?
No, there's. So we basically have 12 weeks until winter starts.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then I want to work on the festival.
Okay, yeah. Sorry if I didn't make the. Yeah, this is all the weeks leading up to actual winter, where like your food stores need to be like done either before the 12 weeks is up. The 3 weeks was just up until this festival happens.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
So you're doing festival stuff.
we'll do a diplomacy.
Okay. Nigella research, Quinsong research, Harlow festival. Enrico, what did you decide?
Festival. I'll be working on like costumes and necessary repairs for the town before everything starts.
Okay. Ooh, costumes. There's actually a whole section about that. Did you bring it up?
Is there?
Yeah, kind of. Festival fashions, chapter 14.
Holy cow, chapter 14.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this section for some of these chapters are a page.
Yeah, no, I understand.
While exact styles and outfits worn during First Long Night can vary from town to town, certain touchstones persist throughout Shinmen. Red strings. By wearing red strings around the wrist, festival goers honor a Shangpusi tradition that asserts such threads absorb ghostly influence and fall off after resisting hostile spirits. If one falls, don't pick them up unless you wish for return visits from the undead. Instead, leave them to be washed away by winter storms. This town's all about littering.
I'm wearing nothing but red strings up both arms.
Miniature lanterns. Not everyone can afford a glowing weapon, and even those who do often wear a single miniature lantern candle that's traditionally hooked via a short chain to a belt or buckle. It's probably why Nigella likes her lantern so much in this setting. Lighting this personal lantern in the last minutes of the night as the sun rises symbolizes the end of the first long night. Yeah, those are the two. Those are the two they kind of dive into, and then they give you a little. This is what somebody who parties looks like in Willow Shore.
Yeah.
I like it.
Damn.
Go ahead, homeboy.
Oh yeah.
I think I read somewhere else about the.
You got so many crickets under that hat.
Yeah, the cone hats and the capes are kind of big in fashion for this. The lanterns and then the red string. Yeah, so if you're going to help people get ready for fashion, then you'll probably be in charge of making hats and miniature lanterns and things of that nature. You can also be on the lookout for there's the 3 like fun events like admiring the moon. Which,
Wow. It's pretty.
Hey, look. The moon.
which actually boils down to spending an hour getting drunk, eating a lot of food, and whoever does the best slam poetry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of figured poetry was going to be involved. All right.
Yeah, then there's bundle cutting and lantern making. So there's a contest that will come up for this.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see how your week goes, and then while we're rolling through the week, maybe really think about what your character is going to look like for this party, for this festival, because it says here maybe give your players a chance to really describe their outfit. And I was like, all right, I see somebody smiling already. Mahogany likes to describe outfits.
I was just already smiling because I'm generally a happy person.
No, it's the
Yeah.
outfits.
Asshole.
All right, so let's just start at the top of my notes to see Quinsong. You are investigating. Research the. You're talking to the Great Willow. That's a nature check, which I put in the chat.
Right. I see that. I appreciate it. At plus 10.
Oh,
I'm going to use my hero point already because this is super important and it's not meant to be.
No.
Dang it.
I rolled a 2 and a 4.
So, Quinn, you spend the next several days marching up to the Great Willow with gifts that you think that are appropriate and stories you think the Great Willow wants to hear. And instead spend many hours of awkward silence with the Great Willow. Like
weird-
two people who just don't have anything in common for some reason and can't find any footing. Y'all
It's
just-
muffins I made with Weed Killer. You'll love them.
You're a tree, I'm a fox. Yeah, it's a little awkward.
You kept peeing on him. I just didn't go.
Hey,
well.
it's in my nature. It's
Hmm.
in my nature.
And I am not your toilet.
Sitting in the woods.
Just
Like,
take it
really?
and enjoy it
Really?
as the blessing it's meant to be.
Yeah,
As long
every,
as he isn't doing that, it's in my nature bit. It should be fine.
yeah, every day at the end of the when you go to leave, he's like, I appreciate you coming. You know, you don't have to come back. It's been
Well, you've moved the needle slightly.
in the wrong direction. Harlow,
All
give
right.
me a just give me a diplomacy check because I don't have it here to ask you in the chat.
Ooh.
All
There you
right.
go.
You remember that
Way
you
better
are-
than my 14.
you're actually pretty good friends with somebody in the town who's a bard, Zilfork Silver, who's been
Alright.
Oh, yes.
been kind of
I
like
remember him.
hanging out at the tea house a lot already because I kind of made his I was going to have him your kind of de facto merchant guy there.
He's so
but,
pretty.
So yes, I'll be more than happy to grace the festival with a performance. I appreciate you thinking of me first.
You're better because we
Well,
weren't charging
Blow
rent.
that image up. So- it always makes me think of those old Pantene commercials.
Maybe he's worth it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybelline. That's makeup, right?
I don't fucking know. Look at
there
it.
it is. There it is. Beautiful. That's a beautiful mane right
Oh, my. Oh, that's something else.
That's some volume. That's some volume.
I was thinking of starting the night off with my album Exude Sex, but we'll see see what the crowd thinks.
You might want to save that
See
till
what
the
they
after
yearn
bedtime.
Yeah. Do you yearn? Do you like yearning?
I just wish you wouldn't do this in a mithril jockstrap only.
Mm. Yeah, Zilfork is a very fuckable bard, which really goes against the whole.
Just say he's a
Aren't
Bro.
all bards fuckable?
I think
I
that's
mean,
a
they have to at
stereotype.
They're
least
the
think
rock
they are.
stars.
Success from Harlow. How much of a success do we want to say that was? Would you get a 25?
Yeah, I would say
Pretty
damn good.
successful to
That's what I'm
me.
thinking.
That's pretty good. I'm just gonna base it. I
I
don't know
think
if
that's
it's.
crit success.
I don't think the DC was 15.
Too bad.
Uh,
Here's your victory point, or here's your whatever point. Start it again. Do it again.
it wasn't. If it was a lore check, it would have been really close to a crit success. But with the diplomacy, just a success is good. You got a success.
I'll take it.
Nigella, you're going to spend a week solo loring.
It's out there on my
Lord.
Nigella shit.
Out
Yeah.
there doing
The
lore
loring.
stuff.
So does that mean that Toker? Does that mean that something
Oh,
went
that's
up
pretty
a
good,
point?
Lauren.
Ooh,
That-
wait.
That is a crit success.
Ooh, wait.
She went date.
Well, go dang.
Oh,
Yeah. A crit actually takes you up to 6 points, which
Hey.
opens up the next level of research. You've been killing the research. I'll go ahead and read to you what you come up with. You've maybe through the school library, you find some old scrolls and books and notes in the back, and dust them off and bring them out and find that these are notes from the monastery before it was kind of deserted. But you discover what the name Kungupti is associated with. So the name Kunkapi is associated in certain old texts with the Shanshugi Monastery and was the name of a powerful Nindoru fiend defeated hundreds of years ago by a hero named Tang Sujing. The old legend says Tang Sujing also perished in the battle and that she reincarnated into the towering Sugi tree that served as a focal point of the Sangshugi Monastery. Perhaps more information about Kungapti, including the possibility that the curse might be associated with the fiend, still resides within the abandoned monastery walls. So, you do know what, at least there's a reference point to the name you've been hearing, Kungapti, and that it's a powerful Nindoru fiend. Let's see if I've still got the notes on what a Nindoru is. Because with that success, yeah.
We need fiend weapons.
Which I think you got, right? You got the.
Yeah, Matt has.
Okay. Nindorus are among the greatest enemies of reincarnation and the Shangposi philosophy. All creatures that consume souls are threats to reincarnation, but Nindorus elicit additional enmity because they are a corruption of Shangposi itself. These fiends take many forms, but many share identifiable traits such as long broken limbs, heads trapped or even replaced by baskets or cages. So the creatures you fought that came out of the wall of ghosts that had the wicker baskets up for heads those were a type or an offspring of maybe an Nindoru, or at least they represented one. Corruption runs so deep within them that they're yearning. Yearning. They yearn. Corruption runs so deep within them that they're yearning for what they've lost become twisted, manifesting as an appetite for reincarnated souls above all others. So yeah, they're soul-eating fiends.
They're bad, okay?
Oh, yes. So nothing but our souls are at risk here.
Well, a specific appetite for reincarnated souls.
Speak for yourself. I got the new app, Soul Lock. That's right. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Soul Lock.
What can Soul Lock do for me?
And what was the other name that he had, like, other than Kungapti?
Oh, he's a powerful Nindoru fiend. But there was the hero that defeated him called Tan Sujing.
Okay.
And she also perished in the battle, and she was reincarnated as the towering Sugi tree that serves as a focal point at the Sangshugi Monastery.
That feels like a terrible reward for dying a hero. Oh, thanks a lot. You're a tree now.
You're a tree now, yes. But again, now all your research has definitely pointed towards
the monastery.
The monastery, and if Kevin had rolled better, you might have been able to get some information on how to get there. You were very close.
So close and yet.
Seriously. Don't send a fox to do a man's job or a half man's.
Last and least, Riku.
Oh, thanks, Dick. Well, let me do my roll.
It was a craft. Yep.
22.
I think that's a success. Let me
better be. That's a pretty good roll.
That's a 10 on the die. Is a decent roll, I guess. There's better crafters out there somewhere.
Oh, I just looked up Nindora Fiend. They're gross looking.
Crafting, success. Yeah. So that is an additional hope point for the preparations. You spent the week doing what? Did you say?
Working on costumes with everyone, of course, but also like in my free time, if somebody needs something repaired or mended or whatever, I'm just going around trying to make sure everyone feels prepared and not overwhelmed. Like I'm trying to lessen people's burden as best I can while trying to do this kind of general community thing.
Okay.
Cool. Joker, what thing did I advance with my diplomacies?
You also the hope.
That went up hope.
Hope. So both Riku and Harlow 1 hope point. Nigella 2 research points, and Quinn nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing.
Puts our hope up to 7. Everybody's very hopeful, but we might need to work on the food and security a little bit too. So
Can I give my?
I'm going from here on out. I'm doing nothing but getting food.
I'm probably going to stick to
hopefully-
researching and like whatever else is lacking.
Okay. Towards the end of the week, we get to the night of the festival. As you guys are approaching the festival, why don't each of you describe what it is you're wearing before we close out the episode?
Okay. Who was first?
Terrence.
All right, fine.
You seemed hopeful, like you were ready.
No, I was trying to foster it off on somebody else. Well, okay. Riku has been preparing for this festival for several months now. Actually, he's always been very into the fall festival, as it were, and so he's been saving feathers his family's sheds to create a massive feather cloak with a hood that covers his entire back and body.
Why does that sound gross?
And a special kind of costume staff that carries several different lamps and cricket cages. So, and after I sort of blacken my beak more, I just look like the spirit of night.
I like it. Get on the artwork.
No.
Okay. Kevin.
I will enhance it with magic.
No.
I'm wearing. I'll go if he goes feathers. I'll go druid, and a collection of leaves are my cloak, and wearing my own weaving of a grass hat, and then just have a standard lantern.
Nigella?
But a very
sorry.
local made. No, go ahead.
So Nigella is rocking a copper sari this time, copper color sari, and it's like tied up so that she's kind of got like pants so she can really run around and be mobile. She's wearing an emerald green cape, and she's got red ribbons all up her arms, like up both arms. She has one of those little personal red lamps tied to her left wrist, and her normal lantern is like tied to her hip. Fighting fan on the other hip, as always, and she's wearing one of those cool hats, one of those cool buckety hats,
Like the cone hats?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she's giving the pointed shoes a try too. Ooh. She's just like, look at my toes. Ooh.
They're all pointing in the
So
same direction.
pointy. Yeah. Good times.
I'd have to get one of those with like 3 different points for my big bird bee feet. But
Harlow?
So Harlow
Oh.
is you have something else to add?
Oh yeah, just that she seems to have a never-ending supply of mooncakes. And she's just stuffing them in.
Harlow
Surprise.
is Finrana kind of surprised him with some materials, and she had put together a fairly nice kind of formal mayor's suit for him. It's all black with some white trim, and then he has a real deep blue navy cape that she made with gold embroidery, with some very material that doesn't usually come from Willow Shore that she acquired somewhere in their courier business. So he's wearing that. He's got one of the. He also acquired one of the makeshift lanterns that were made by some of the townspeople in Riku, just to show some solidarity with the common people. And And
Ain't you?
no,
with the common people.
yeah, no, well, I mean,
Fuck you.
no crickets or anything like that. But you know, he's looking good. He's looking good, feeling good, and he is carrying his sword and daggers with him now that he's got that new feat. What is it called?
I'm glad you're wearing your feet so proudly.
Yeah. Where is it?
Did anybody want to bring a date to this thing?
Date.
I like dates. They're sweet and delicious.
Harlow does not. I mean, Finron's with him, but she's kind of his aide, and she basically almost taking over running the business at this point.
Mm. Well, as you guys are approaching the festival, dressed to the nines, you see a familiar merchant and his raven companion waving you in, so cheerful. And he's got a big sign on his cart that says, "For this week, 10% off all goods." And we'll see you next time.
Ooh, wait.
I rushed the cart.